All right. So again, we're going over 36 automated touches inside of Command. I'm going to share my screen and get us started here. Let's see. Share. All right, let's just open up a new incognito window to run our class today. And so I always use the agent.kw.com URL to open up Command. You should be using Chrome when you're inside of here. Chrome does run Command the best. If you're in a different browser, some goofy things end up happening, and I can't explain them, but I can tell you they happen. And so stay, oh, I don't want to log into that one. Stay inside of Chrome just to make sure that everything works properly. I've just seen buttons go missing or not be clickable when you're trying to use Safari or Mozilla or something like that. Oop, has a little bit more trouble. This is taking too long. All right, good start to the class, making it easy for me. There we go. All right. So the 36 touches that we're going to talk about today, you've probably heard me talk about multiple times, over and over again. I probably sound like a broken record. But the first one that we're going to talk about, the first two that we're going to talk about, are the ones that I talk about over and over. You hear Brian talk about them as well. That is the monthly neighborhood nurture and the birthday plan. Now, the birthday plan has 4 different touches, but only one of them is automated. So we're only counting that as 1 today. The monthly neighborhood nurture is another 12 because we're only going to do the 12. But of course, you have the 26 touches per year option with the monthly or the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture as well. But we're only going to do the monthly today. The birthday 1 touch. I'm going to show you guys how to make some holiday emails. You might have saw me do this before. They work for all holidays. So you're going to just see me build 2 different types of smart plans that I like to see in the holiday spirit. And then I'm also going to show you guys the easy button that I make for you every quarter to send out a monthly newsletter that all you need to do is download it from the library and then assign it to your clients once a quarter. That's going to get us to a total of 36 touches. But you're also going to see a few more touches on top of that because you can add in some texting. You can add in additional emails in the same way that you'll see the way that we build one. You can use it for other systems like this. And there's actually a lot of support inside of Command for you to have created already, and you don't have to create original content on all of this. And so are there any questions before we get started on any of just the summary so far? Any questions or anything that you want to really see me get into today? All right. In that case, we're going to get started in the Smart Plan menu. I'm over here inside of my Smart Plans. I'm in my personal account. You can see if you're on a team to see if you're in your personal, it'll say personal underneath your name. I'm in my personal account. I have all these smart plans. And the first place we're going to go is the library. You still need to download the plans from Keller Williams. And so we're just going to quickly review how to download a plan from the library. We went to Smart Plans, clicked on Library at the top, and then we have this second row of Keller Williams plans. The one that I mentioned earlier is the Biweekly Neighborhood Nurture. On the second page, you'll find the birthday plan and the monthly neighborhood nurture. If you don't have those in your system already, you can click Add Smart Plan, and you can see download is grayed out for me because I already have it in my account. If you do not have it in your account, you'll be able to download the Smart Plan as easily as just clicking on that. Now, the monthly neighborhood nurture does not need any editing. The birthday plan does. So when you download those 2 plans, the birthday plan and the monthly neighborhood nurture, you're going to want to come in and find your birthday plan. And we want to edit the text message that it sends. The automatic message that this plan does is a text message sent straight to the client. But by default, all it says is happy birthday, exclamation point. There's nothing else in there. And so I like to go in there and just change the birthday message to say something a little bit more personal. There we go. You can see my birthday plan here and hit the edit button. The pencil over to the right is almost always your universal sign to edit anything in Command, and it'll send us right into this screen. So it does do more than that, but I'm only counting the automatic touches today. But it is a 3-touch plan if you execute, or excuse me, a 4-touch plan if you execute each step. So the birthday plan a week or 6 days before their birthday, it reminds you to send them a birthday card. And then the day before their birthday, it reminds you to give them a call. And on their birthday, it reminds you to send them a birthday shout out on social media. You can see you can edit the different task descriptions in here if you'd like. I like to throw in for the call, I like to just throw in a simple script. Forward is the one I have in there now. But then the last one down here at the bottom is where we want to edit the text message. And so you can come in here, you have 480 characters to work with. You can use the merge tags over at the right. So instead of happy birthday, we could put in there happy birthday and then select contact first name. So it'll say happy birthday, Kyle, when it sends out to that person instead of just happy birthday. You can also personalize this for my team leaders on the team. If you want your agents or that are sending it to their clients or the people they work with, you can come in and put in agent first name. So it'll send it from the assigned agent if that's how you have the team plan set up. So this one is just a personal side. The team plan will have an option here to say who will send it out for any rainmakers on the call. If we come up here, we just want to make sure to hit save at this point. The birthday plan, one caveat about the birthday plan is you have to know their birthday and put it into Command for the plan to actually work. Now, putting in their birthday does not put them on the birthday smart plan. You do have to assign the plan to them once they have the birthday in the system. And assigning the plan, there are plenty of different ways inside of Command to assign people to smart plans. If we have time or if anybody has a question about that, we can get it over or we can show you at the end of the class. But I just want to quickly come in here and take a look at the monthly neighborhood nurture just so you guys can see what that one looks like. When we click on the edit sign there is absolutely nothing to do in here. There's nothing that we can change. There's nothing that we can select, except we can add triggers. And triggers are just a simple way where you can say, if I select a certain tag and put it on a contact, it will automatically put that smart plan on there. And so for the monthly neighborhood nurture, I always encourage people to put an address tag or some kind of tag that says that you have their address. No address, email address, don't have one in this side of my command, but some kind of tag that will drop this plan on to them as soon as that they have an address, because that's the easiest way to assign a neighborhood. And that's the next thing we want to talk about is assigning a neighborhood to a contact. Because for this plan to run, we have to have a neighborhood assigned to the contact. That way, it will send out that information that's hyper-localized to that client instead of just giant searches or emails that are about the whole nation's real estate. This email sends out a very specific hyper-localized bit of information. It's going to tell them average home price, average sold price, number of listings on the market, and average number of days on the market for all of the different neighborhoods that you set them on. So yes, you can set them on more than one neighborhood. So let's jump into a contact and take a look. We are not able to add neighborhoods in bulk to contacts right now. There's no way for us to do it. It is a one-to-one kind of activity. You have to go into each contact and make those edits. Now, if you upload that information for that contact or input that information of their address when they first come into command, their first primary neighborhood will be set for them. And that makes it really easy to just be able to come in, customize your columns, and I always just pull in their primary address and bring it up to the top if I'm looking for these people and hit apply. This way, I can sort the list by everybody who I do have an address for, which I don't know if there's anybody in this side. Oh, so I can see there's the group of people that have addresses. I can come in here and select all of these different contacts. And then I can add those right to the monthly neighborhood smart plan. And I know that they have a neighborhood since they have an address, because command makes sure that that's a one-to-one in your database, that if there's an address, that there's a neighborhood to match it. Now, if you do end up putting somebody on a plan and they don't have a neighborhood, it's not a big deal. Command will just not put them on the plan. It's not going to send anything. It'll just unsubscribe them right away. Same thing with the birthday plan. If it doesn't have a birthday, then it just will kick them off the plan and it won't run. So there's no worries about sending things randomly or anything like that. With these, there's that built-in kind of stop if you do end up adding somebody that doesn't have the proper information. Last thing I'll say about the monthly neighborhood nurture is I like to set these up so that they go out for everybody at the same time a month. So when I'm adding new people to my database and I'm putting them on this same plan here, I always just start them on the next first of the month. So I choose the second option, and that way I just keep it consistent in my database. Everybody receives it on the first. So when I'm making my contact calls and I have to do those non-automated touches, I can easily talk to them about that email, whether it's have you seen it or take a look or look out for it when it's coming, depending on when I talk to them. All right, I'm not going to put those folks on there right now. So let's take a quick pause. We just went over the monthly neighborhood nurture and the birthday plan. Are there any questions around those two first pieces of the automated touches? All righty. Well, in that case, there's one more smart plan that we're going to talk about that is kind of a freebie smart plan for you guys, that it's not just a sit and forget like the last two. Those two will never go off of your contacts, the nurture or the birthday plan. They'll never stop sending out to your contacts until you unsubscribe them or they do themselves. And so as long as that doesn't happen, you never have to do that again. But the one we're going to talk about now, you have to do quarterly. And if you have not seen inside of Command, there's a quarterly magazine that is sent out every quarter from Keller Williams. It includes 3 articles, and every one of those that is pre-written for you, pre-designed. They look beautiful. The intention is to have agents print this out and be able to have a great piece of print material. You can add in personal pieces in there. It's really cool. But what I've done is I've just taken that same article or that same set of articles and I've broken it up into one email for each article. So you get 3 different emails and it's all from that data. They look really nice. They're branded to you when you download the smart plan. It's a really simple, easy button. And I'm going to show you how to get it right now. So all you have to do is come over into same place we started, smart plans and then library. So we're going to go there. And then the trick is to switch this drop-down box. We're going to search for my name, but if you search for my name as the smart plan name, it won't come up. So switch it over to author and put in my last name. There is a space in my last name, so just be aware. It's DI space LISIO, DI space LISIO. And you can see that there's the fall newsletter plan. And you can come in and add that smart plan to your database. And we're going to go over what this smart plan does after I download it. I don't even know if it'll let me download it. Sure it did. All right, so let's see what it actually looks like. So I can click on this small arrow to the left of the name of the smart plan, and it'll give me a little summary of what's happening. So right away, first step, it sends an email. It waits 30 days and then sends an email. Then it waits another 30 days and sends an email. So you can count 3 different emails across what this says is 61 days. And so if you put this plan starting today for someone, they would receive a November email, a December email, and a January email, which we're not quite in winter, or excuse me, in fall anymore in January. So it's up to you if you'd still like to use this plan, or you can wait until the next one comes out. That will be for the winter. From what I've seen, Keller Williams usually releases these magazines about a month into the season. So my guess is we'll see the next one around January. So sending this out won't be a terrible idea. So let's take a quick look at what you might be getting if you actually download this plan. And so, like I said, it's real simple, 3 emails. I'm only going to go into the detail of one because you don't need to do anything to this plan. It is ready to rock. As soon as you download it, like you just saw me do, you could add people to this plan and it will send out personalized to you. And if you want to kind of see what it looks like, here's the first email. The other designs look the same, except for, of course, the designs are different. They have a different vibe to them. But this one's about weatherizing your home. A little late right now to send this out, but could be helpful for some people. You're welcome to grab it, but you can see it's just a real simple JPEG. All of these are just easily put in there, and all of your info populates down at the bottom. None of my info does. There's the first one. Let's take a look at the second one. This one, I think, 5 reasons to buy, sell this fall or winter. A great one to send out as well. And then the last one is about staying, I think, warm in the holidays or something like that. Don't remember. Keep stress at bay. So there they are. Simple emails, great touches that are easy touches that you can do. That's 4 times a year. You have to come in here, download the plan like you saw me do, and then you just have to add your database to that smart plan each quarter. You do that each quarter, that's going to get you another 12 automated touches for the year. And if you've been counting, that brings us up to a total of 24 touches for the class today. That's a simple one. I told you guys that was the easy button. All you have to do is just go in there, find it. As soon as the next one comes out, it takes me about a day to get the smart plan put together and inside of the library, but you can just follow those same steps. Go into the library, change it to author name, type in my last name, that's DI space LISIO, and you can download the plan just as easily as that. One of the other bonuses that I just want to show you guys is when you download a smart plan with those type of emails in it, it actually saves those emails to your command as well. So you can see if I go into designs, I now have those 3 emails that we were looking at in there. I can actually edit them if I want to. So if you want to add different information, or if you want to edit something, add in more of your own branding, all of those emails sit in here, and any edits you make to them will update the smart plan emails as well. Those are tied together always. So that's something to be aware of. If you edit this while people are on the plan, it will change the email if it hasn't sent yet. It will change it and update it, not send the original, but whatever you update these as. So they are live in that smart plan until they get sent to that client. So just be aware of that when your changes, and the way to be careful with that is just to make a copy. If you're going to do another round of emails, or if you want to do something different, make edits, play around with it, make a copy of it, and then it will just give you a separate one that's not tied to the smart plan anymore to play around with and to interact. Let's see. Sorry, I had a question in the chat. If a contact gets annoyed with this particular newsletter and turns it off, what is the effect of the turning us off? Only the newsletter, smart plan, or unsubscribe from receiving everything? So if they unsubscribe from like the monthly neighborhood nurture, that is just to that specific campaign. If you have people unsubscribing, it's really up to you if you want to continue to send them campaigns. If they unsubscribe from something, for me, Stu, I put a tag on them that says don't text if they unsubscribe from a text, or if they unsubscribe from an email plan, I'll put don't email as a tag, just so I see that in my system. I take them off my list, and that's just the people that like my content are going to like it, and the people that don't want to see it, that's fine. I don't need to send it to them. I can save the sends. Does that answer your question, Stu? I hope so.
Hey, hello?
Yes.
Sort of. I was just wondering if they only got tired of this this newsletter, but they wanted everything else. I don't know. Are there options?
Oh, so
just turning off the email?
So when they
unsubscribe, it's all or none.
It's just the individual piece. The system will only unsubscribe them from the specific campaign they unsubscribe from. So the system's not going to stop you from sending them another campaign or just an email in general. the system doesn't have any safeguards that way of if they unsubscribe from one campaign like the Nurture Smart Plan, it's not going to pull them off the Birthday Smart Plan because they didn't unsubscribe to that specific plan.
Okay, good. So it's smart plan specific?
Yes, exactly. Campaign specific, I think, is like the legal language that they use. But a smart plan is just another, in their eyes, just another campaign for reaching out to your database.
Okay, thanks. Because I wouldn't want to just send one too many of these and then have them, leave me alone, 100% leave me alone because I sent one too many things.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised. I was just talking with an agent earlier where we pulled up the campaign she just did of her monthly email, and she had like a 53% open rate.
Good.
And one unsubscribe out of all of them. So I feel like a lot of times we get focused on the negative side, and if we focus on who's opening them and what the value we are giving, makes it a lot easier to send. And I just keep my energy there, Stu.
Good idea.
What other questions do y'all have? Anybody else have a burning question?
I have a question.
Yeah, Jen.
If it's already like November 18th, I was just looking at these three. Can we like delete the first one and just send out like the second one today and then the next one in December? And will there be a new one for January, or was this third one intended for January?
This plan was actually intended to start in October. So it was intended to send out in December, but if we're here now, we're a little past that boat. But yes,
okay, so we can delete the first one and just send out.
Yep. So, but make sure that you delete the first email and the first delay, because if you leave the delay in there, it'll send it 30 days after you put it on there. So make sure to delete the first two steps, and then you can get those other two. Or you can delete the last email in there and just have it send the first one and the second one. It is 100% editable once you download it from the library. You can then do whatever you want with that plan, and whether it's or anything like that, different steps to change maybe you shorten it to every 20 days instead of 30, so it sends it in the next 60 or sends it in the next 40 days instead of 60. Great questions. Did I answer your questions, Jen?
Yeah, that was great. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Anybody else before we start making our last set? All right. So the last set.
I had a question real quick. This thing wouldn't unmute.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Kyle.
Hey, how do you figure out your open percentage?
So in Smart Plans, we don't have a way to do it through Smart Plans, but if you are sending an email campaign, which is the big bulk emails that we can send through command as well, same email to lots of different people. If you come into that email campaign up here, and then if you just click on that actual email now, it will open up this data set to tell you who opened, who clicked, unsubscribed, not sent, not open. And then there's different options you can do once you have them in here, where you can see we can add tags in here on like the unsubscribed list. Oh, let's see who unsubscribed. Oh, of course. All right, remove those guys. And so then now they won't get those any longer when I send this list. It takes them off there. So that's one thing to easily do. But yep, just right in there.
Okay. So you could do individual emails, and Smart Plans are a whole other thing.
So the campaigns, you can think of it as campaigns are your mass communications. Smart Plans are a little bit more personalized.
Okay.
I like Smart Plans in like certain things, like we're going to set up some Smart Plans for holidays. You can set them up as an email campaign as well. For the email ones, the setup is just you start from this screen and say create an email campaign, building out one email and scheduling it for the holiday, or we can do it through Smart Plans. I guess I could show you guys both. Let's do it. All right. So if we create an email, the last set of 12 touches that we can do are just simple holiday emails. There's even some already built in there for you. And all you have to do is put the email together and then schedule it to send. And so we're gonna first do one as a campaign. I like your ideas, Kyle. We're gonna do one together as a campaign. So we'll come in and we'll click email. And we have to name our email. And so let's call this one New Year's. Happy New Year's. And this one, we're just going to call this brand awareness, because this is really just a top of mind email. I hope that they open it. If they don't, I'm happy for them just to see that I wish them a happy new year. And so we're gonna choose command email and create campaign. All right, so we have our campaign name. The account's gonna be my own, and then I can set my recipient list. And we'll set this one up as, this is just my side of command that I use for my agents. My personal side, I would choose my client list, which is down here. And this will send to my clients. And that's the other advantage to these is I can quickly choose a big list of, I have 600 people in this list, where adding 600 people to a smart plan, it's like a few extra clicks. And so not a huge opportunity unless you have over like 2,000 contacts. If you're in that range of plus 2,000, this is definitely the way to go for emails. We come in here and enter the subject, and so we're just going to keep it simple. Happy New Year. Welcome in 2022. All right, and then the last step is to select my design. And we have 2 tabs at the top. This is the tricky part of this step. These are all of my different templates and emails that I've made, that there are tons and stuff in here. And I probably have a New Year's email in here. I'm gonna show you guys how to get to one for yourself. Up at the top, we also have the Kwri templates. And in here, there are a bunch of different templates. You can see at the bottom, there's 72. Everything ranging from financial health, refi, tax day, protect your credit. There is 11 different emails in here that you could do the same way that we're going to do now for holidays. You could set up different smart plans with some of these others. There's some really awesome buyer conversion and seller conversion emails for a set of 4 of each. You can build smart plans just like we're doing today with these emails, and they're pre-filled out, you guys. They're already filled out for you. You might need to edit like a location for Denver or something like that in some of them, but the majority of it's already done for you. So I hope you guys come in here and explore some of these, because the process is the same, except you're just switching to a different template that I'm going to choose. Now I'm going to choose Happy New Year, but if you chose buy versus rent, the process wouldn't change. So we're going to, this one that we already have a New Year's. There's a couple of other holidays in here. It's not every holiday, but usually I'll just take one of these and then I just use the same template in the future for another holiday. You're going to see me do that here in just a second. And so I'm going to edit this and I'm going to call this in the top left corner. We're going to call this 2022 New Year email. All right, I'm fine with the Market Center info. Actually, I'm just going to delete that one. We have a picture. It sends the contact's first name. I do need to do a small edit for the neighborhood and city in here. So I'll come in and put in just Denver in here. And I don't think there's anything else. Perfect. All right, we made that edit. And then that's it. That's all I have to do on this email. If you wanted, I could put in a cool new picture, replace this with something fancy, but for me, a lot of this is I want to be able to do this quickly. I don't want to have to think too much about it, and I just want it to send. And that's why I use these different templates. So like I said, I want to make this easy, so we're just going to finish it up here. Let's just peek at the preview so you guys can take a look at what it looks like in the email. You can see it puts in all my information down there, keeps me compliant, adds in my branding and some links for me. It also formats this so that it looks proper on tablets, desktops, and phones. And so another reason that I love using the templates is for the formatting options there, where it's already done for me, looks good on phones, which is probably what everybody's going to use it on. We can even pull in a contact in here if we wanted to, and then it will populate those pieces of information. Now you see it says Dear Adam. so I can make sure that my merge tags are working properly. Steven's the agent, that's me down there. And so everything's looking good. I don't do this check every time, but I figured you guys might like to see it. But let's hit save and exit. And this will bring us back into our campaign. From here, for New Year's, I want to just come in and schedule this campaign for New Year's. And so I have my list set. My 2 offices are going to get this list, and we're going to schedule it for New Year's Day. So I'm just going to come in, bring that over, January 1st. 4 is a little bit early for real estate agents. Maybe we'll send it later. Just kidding. We're going to send it in the morning at 30 a.m. Let's make it 9:30. Make sure to hit apply date and time. It's really easy to have your screen where you don't see the apply date and time and you just click off of here. Make sure to hit apply date and time so it actually switches that, and then you hit schedule. And that's it. It's ready and scheduled to go out. Now, if you're on a roll, you might say, well, heck, I could go in and maybe even do a Valentine's Day email. Or maybe I want to do another holiday email. I can click on the 3 dots all the way to the right, and you'll see I get the duplicate campaign option. And we'll duplicate and customize, where now I don't have to go through the setup work. It doesn't take a ton of work away from me, but I can come in here and I can update the design. I can select a new template if I'd like. I could just create one from a really simple one. Like I love using Modern Newsletter A to create holiday ones. So let's just use this really simple one. That Modern Newsletter A, you can see, is super simple. It just has a few things where I just come in and quickly edit these, and I change the headline copy to be, let's do happy, what's a good holiday for next year? Let's do happy, we have one of those in there.
We've had good.
Happy Earth Day. And I'm going to bump that up to 54-point font. And usually I go onto a website and find something inspirational about that holiday to copy and paste in here. But today I don't have that ready, but I'm just going to put it in here. And now this doesn't look that great without a picture, so I drop a picture in here, and that green line tells me where it's going to fall. So I don't want to have that green line up in the Earth Day part. I want it right above my text. And we're just going to put this picture in as an example. Usually you need to come over to add images and drag in or browse your computer to bring them in. There's no connection in here to our designs, unfortunately, right now. So I'm going to click on my flower. And there it goes. It's in there. I can put a link in here if I want to link out to something, but I don't really have anything to link to for a holiday. This is just a nice little touch. And so I'm just going to delete this piece as well. It keeps my branding at the bottom as well as some of the other stuff, but we're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to edit this real quick and center that text up. Oh, I don't want that in there as well. And maybe we make this a little bit bigger. Change the font to 32 and let's move it down. All right, same thing. Now we hit save and exit. Now if somebody could help me out and put when Earth Day is in the chat, that would be super helpful, because now I can just come up and schedule this. But while somebody's still getting Earth Day, one other helpful thing that we have in here is this little action menu. You can see the preview of the email in here, just like we did before on the Smart Plan. We can take a look in here, see what it looks like on the different places. Real simple emails that we can knock out that are not too abrasive. But we can also send a test email here, which is nice that I can see what it looks like in my inbox. So I can come in, send the test email, Happy New Year. Oh, I should probably change the name of that. Oh, I clicked out of the box, darn it. Send test email. Here, let's change the name of it real quick. Earth Day. And bingo, who's helping me out? April 22nd, perfect. Earth Day. Let's see if we can put an emoji in here. You guys think we can? Not that way. Let's see. Oh, my computer, I think, is going to let us. Earth. All right. And so now we'll go through and do the same thing. We'll hit schedule. Oh, need to choose my recipient list. Uh-oh. What happened to my list? Oh, Command, you're always keeping me on my toes. Yeah, confirm. All right, not sure why Command's doing that to me. You guys saw me schedule it before. Sure, you don't need to see it again. What kind of questions do you guys have about the email campaign side of sending an email?
I have a question. It's Jen. Can you adjust the colors in the email campaigns?
Nope. We cannot. Sorry. Good question, though. What other questions do you guys have? All right. So now we can accomplish the same thing that we just did of scheduling an email in the future for another holiday. And so we can do that through our smart plans in here as well. So let's go through the smart plan way. So we hit create in the corner, and we're going to call this one Winter Holiday 2022 and apply. Now the setup for this, you're going to see at some point it looks almost the same. So it's kind of easy to get them confused. But really it is the same thing because we're going to send a similar style email that we just created before. It sends the same kind of email just through a different part of command. And so in this one, first step is to send that email. And the email on this one is going to be, what a wonderful world. Something like that. In smart plans, we can send simple emails too, just text emails. You could build one of those out, looks cool. I like that you can use the merge tags in here as well, drop your app link in, lots of cool stuff that you can do with simple formatting. But again, I like the designs, but you have to hit the word designs here to get it to switch over so that we can select the design, just like we did for the email campaign. And so I'm going to do that, select design. And again, you see at the top, we have KWRI templates and my design templates. For some reason, the order is switched in here compared to what we just saw. I don't know why, but it defaults the other one to your templates and defaults this one to KWRI's templates. But you have access to both of them. So if I wanted to create one from the New Year email, I could, or I can come in and create another one. I'm going to actually just take one of these other ones that we have in here because I'm pretty sure we have a winter holiday. Let me see if I can just search it up here at the top. Come on, winter. We have a spring, don't we? We do have a happy spring. Let's see if we just have a generic. There it is, happy holidays. That's what it's called. So I'm going to just use Keller Williams. That picture is kind of boring. Let's replace it. And so I'm just going to hit the pencil. Again, editing pencils, always in command. And maybe I want to change this. Let's see if I have any cool Christmas images in my command or in my, excuse me, in my computer. Let's see. Christmas. Doesn't look like anything's popping up. Sorry, y'all. We'll just have to use one of these other images that has been loaded in before. Let's fold in a few. All right, I'm just going to keep the image in there. All right, we always want to check the text to make sure that there's nothing we need to edit. You'll see brackets around the things that you need to edit. It'll, like you saw around the location or state slash city, you'll see those brackets around it. You do not need to edit the ones between the straight up and down lines, the pipes there. Those are the merge tags. All right, this one looks good. So one thing you might do is you'll see that you have your Market Center logo at the bottom. It'll keep you compliant there. So sometimes I'll take this one out, or I'll replace it with my own logo so that my branding's at the top of this. And so I do have a file to throw in there so I can show you guys this process. Let's see. There's the logos. All right. There it is. This one doesn't have a background, 150 by 150. And then I'm actually going to push this over to the right side. Make sure that you hit done when you're editing these different pieces in the email. If I were to come over here and click on the picture, it would exit out of this screen and it wouldn't save what I did. And it would keep the Market Center logo up there. So make sure you hit done in here. Otherwise, no changes will be made. But there we go. There's my little logo in there at the top. And it looks good to me. So I can hit save and exit. And change the name real quick. 2022 Happy Holidays. And we're going to hit save and exit. Now, one of the big advantages to the smart plans is that you can also send text messages if you have Twilio set up. And so there's a few times a year, I don't think you should do 12 texts a year on holidays. People will get annoyed with that. But if you choose 4 to 5 of your favorite holidays for the year, that you also just send another little greeting via text at the same time, I definitely encourage that, adding to your account. And so if we wanted to double up on this one and send a text as well, we just put in the text right after the email. It will send these at the same time, about 10 o'clock, or if we set the timing, we'll send these at 10 o'clock on that morning. We don't get to choose timing on the smart plan, so there's another difference. But this text, we're just going to say, we hope you staying connected and warm this winter. Best wishes. And again, we can use merge tags in here. So if I wanted to say best wishes team name, so it says best wishes Delicios Property Services, I could do that right here, or your team name, or you could say something from your name, or if you want to put a little signature in here, you know, the Delicios Property Services team, something like that you could put in. The team name is designated inside of your command. A lot of you guys have it set to like Keller Williams Realty Downtown or Keller Williams Advantage Realty. So you might want to be careful with using the team name there. But set up your text message. This one will send out, like I said, at the same time. From all of us at DPS. All right. We're going to save this. Okay, it's happy with my smart plan, winter holidays 2022. And so I can add people to the smart plan right from here. If I'm doing a big bulk ad like this, I'm generally not going to do it from here because I have to work in units of 20 in here. So I have to select all, hit over, select all, and you can see it'll add them in, but I have 900 contacts in there and I don't want to do that. And so I would usually add people to smart plans through the contacts side of things. So let me just show you quickly how to do that. You might have heard me mention before that we're limited in how many people we can add to a smart plan at a time. That if we have 2,000 to 3,000 contacts, it takes a while because we have to put them in at 500 in chunks of 500 at a time for smart plans, where in the email campaign, we can make that list as long as we need to. and it's just selecting a list instead of having to come in here, change this to 500, wait for it to load. Selecting all of these contacts, selecting bulk action, and then add to smart plan. Then I come in, there's my winter holiday, I hit select. Now this is the key step. You need to change it from start all now, because if I started them now, they would get this winter holiday email in about 15 seconds after I confirm. So I want to change this, and you'll see when I click on the calendar here, I don't get a time option on smart plans, just the day. And so this one I'll send out, or I would send out on the 21st, first day of winter, the 20th, one of those two. Right around there is about when winter officially starts. So I'll come in and put it right on here. You hit confirm. You then have to confirm a second time. One thing you'll see on smart plans, you'll always, always, always see this warning, whether you have Twilio connected or not, whether there's text in there or not. You'll always see the warning, so don't worry about it. Just know if you have Twilio connected, just make sure that you know what the phone number is. That's what people will be receiving it from. Like I said, or I don't think I said before, I might have told some of you before, it's a great idea to send an intro text the first time you send a text message to somebody through command, so that they get that little warning of, if you'd rather get a call or an email, send stop. Sends that on the first message that you send them, but never again after that. All right, good there, good there. We got the text in there. All right, y'all, what kind of questions do you guys have about the smart plan with the email and the text, or just the email? All right, no questions. Well, at the beginning of the class, we first went over the monthly. Oh, Jen, do you have a question?
I have a question, but like with the campaign.
Okay.
If you've already created a list, like, of all your contacts, like, I don't know, like a month ago, and you only had like 300 contacts then, but now you have like hypothetically 800 contacts, do you have to create a new list, or will that all contacts just be updating?
You have to update the list yourself.
Okay, so a new list every time.
So
Okay.
you come in campaigns. You can do it, if you might have noticed when you're in the email editor, there is a little edit list button in there that you saw me trying to click around. But usually if I'm doing list maintenance, Jen, I click on emails and campaigns. So campaigns, emails, and then we have this email list button. And this is where you can actually see all your lists. You can edit them, delete them, come in, edit, find the different people that you want to put on. Usually I just make a habit, Jen, of adding, when I add somebody in, I make sure to add them to this list as well.
Okay.
Good
Thank
question.
you.
Yes. Anyone else with questions? Jumped the gun last time. All right. So at the beginning of the class, we talked about 2 set it and forget it smart plans: the monthly neighborhood nurture and the birthday plan. You need neighborhoods for the nurture, and you need their birthday for the birthday plan. And so getting that information into your command is one of the most important things you can do for some of these simple touches, because those go on forever. After we talked about those 2 plans, we also went in and talked about the quarterly plan that I put out personally that you can go in and find in the Smart Plans library and download a 3 email plan to use once a quarter and get another 12 touches per year that are really nice emails already written out, articles already done for you. After that, I showed you guys 2 different ways to schedule and send out emails in bulk to your database. The first way was through campaigns, using the mass email function inside of campaigns. And the second way was through smart plans, where we could also add in a text message if we wanted to for that touch. Now, all of this you know, it's not all purely automatic, but we need to be able to communicate with our database in other ways too. And I want you guys to remember that these are small things that you can do to make a big impact for your clients, but nothing is as important as those personal touches from you. Things that are not sent from a computer, phone calls, event invites, talking to people, inviting them to things. That is what makes all of this a lot easier, that people don't get annoyed when they're hearing from you as a person and just getting thoughtful, nice little messages about holidays every once in a while. And so don't forget that you need to still do your job. You got to use the quarterly call plan. You should be using a DTD2 kind of system, if not that one itself, to help you organize the calls that you're making and that nobody falls through those cracks in your database, and that you're doing the personal touches for the people that you have met. Now, what we talked about today is also a great way to start putting people on campaigns that maybe you just have an email address for and you've never met them. It's just a lead. These are great touches for those kind of people to bring them in eventually. It is too inexpensive to not do this kind of stuff. And so that is all I had for you guys today. I thank you all for being here and asking questions and participating. Also, shout out to the help earlier from Andrew for the April 22nd date. Ooh, I have a question that I missed. Could you create a tag that would add a new contact to lists? No, we cannot do that yet, Stuart. Great question. Great question. All right, y'all. That is a little bit before time is up. But again, thank you. And I hope to see you guys all in my email, scheduling those personal one-on-ones. And remember, no class next week. We will be on Thanksgiving break. And the week after that, we will start it up again. I'll see y'all then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.